Hey everyone, let's talk about how to sell reputation management to small businesses. Welcome to our live webinar. I'm Justin, one of the co-founders here at SiteSwan, and I'm thrilled to do this very special webinar on our reputation management service. We've put a lot of thought and work into this add-on service, and it's the perfect complement to selling websites to small businesses because you can double or triple your income with it. Some of our resellers are very eager to offer additional add-on services to their website clients. And that makes a lot of sense because, after all, it's much easier to sell more to your existing clients than it is to acquire new clients. And reputation management is truly a great fit. My goal is to break this down for you as simple as possible. Now, there might be some of you who are already familiar with selling reputation management, and that's awesome. I'm actually curious about how today's audience breaks down in terms of familiarity. So I'm going to launch a poll. If you all wouldn't mind taking a quick moment to answer these two questions, one that asks you about your experience reading reviews, and another about selling reputation management. So you can go and fill out your answers to those questions right now, please. And for those of you who have sold it before, I'd love to know how much you pay for the service, how much you charge for it. You can include any and all details in the questions tab. We'd love to hear about that. Also, I anticipate there being lots of questions today. So even if you are not giving us details about your experience selling reputation management, familiarize yourself with the questions tab now. However, I'm not going to look too closely at it during the presentation. Don't be offended if I don't answer your question in real time, because there is a lot we need to make sure we cover today. But I have moderators here to help, so you're not going to wait long to get a response to your question. I'm actually very happy to see so many active SiteSwan resellers on this webinar today. Nice to see you all here. Looks like we have a good mix today. This is very, very good. And based on the fact that you all are responding to the things I'm saying, that makes me think you can hear and see me okay. So that makes me feel good. Let's get this going. But first, a quick aside. We have a limited edition coffee mug that I'm giving away today. I'm drinking out of it right now. Look at that. It's cool. And it's super sized too, so you can get extra coffee, extra caffeine. We'll be giving away 5 of these today. If I answer your question that you put in during the Q&A section, you will be entered to win, and we'll send one to your house or office. Now, the reason I'm so excited about this feature, reputation management, is because it has catapulted us into the digital marketing landscape outside of websites. We are not just websites anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not taking any of our attention away from being the fastest, easiest, smartest website building platform for small business websites since 2011 when we first launched. We're still pumping out more and more professionally designed themes for all different industries and business types every day. In fact, we have over 150 out there right now. People continue to use our platform because of the proprietary tools we built to not only help you prospect and find which businesses need a website, but also allowing you to build and host those sites, in addition to charging your clients for their sites, all right from within your SiteSwan dashboard. We're not taking any focus off of continuing to build in and roll out all the best features a typical small business needs from a website, in addition to continuing to provide premium support on a super reliable platform designed from the ground up here in the US for your ability to scale. After all these accomplishments, we've asked ourselves, what's next? What we really want to do is enable our resellers to offer a complimentary service to web design that practically every business needs. That's easy to understand, that's simple to sell, that's hands-off to maintain, and extremely profitable. We figured if we're going to let our resellers offer something else from within the SiteSwan platform, it's got to check all these marks. And it can't be a distraction to web design. So that's why we decided to expand the SiteSwan platform to include reputation management. And that's the topic of today's conversation, of course, during which we're going to address and answer some key questions to make sure we're all on the same page. We'll start with, what is reputation management? Logical place to start. Then help you understand why online reviews are so important, we'll talk about the 3 pillars of reputation management and how that comes together to form an effective reputation management strategy. From that point, we'll show you how it works with a brief live demonstration and wrap up the conversation discussing everyone's favorite topic of how you make money by offering this service. And of course, exactly how to sell reputation management. Spoiler alert, the value of this service keeps going up, and we've recently raised our suggested retail price a bit as a result, so stay tuned for that. Now let's begin with the conversation of what is reputation management? So reputation management is a service that helps businesses monitor, measure, and manage their online reviews. In today's competitive landscape, it's more important than ever for local businesses to know exactly what their customers are saying about them online and take the necessary steps to protect their brand. This whole idea came into existence because we now live in a world where anyone can say anything about any business online. The things people are saying, also known as customer reviews, on sites like Google, Facebook, and Yelp can heavily influence consumer purchase decisions and have a direct impact on sales. For that reason, maintaining a positive online reputation is critical for businesses and can improve brand perception, search engine rankings, and overall sales. But why? Why are online reviews important? After all, they're just words on a screen. What does it really matter to anyone anyway? Well, it turns out quite a bit. Online customer reviews are important for small businesses because they influence the way customers perceive their brand and who they want to do business with. I have some numbers to prove that. 86% of consumers and shoppers will read reviews for local businesses. You know you do it. I'm looking at the polls. I'm seeing it. I think 2 of you said you never look at online reviews, okay? So we're well beyond the 86% that this stat says. So look at this one now. 78% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal word of mouth recommendations. I know I'm guilty of this. You know, someone refers me to a place, I still go online and check the reviews out before shopping there, especially if I get a recommendation from someone who I don't really 100% trust their opinions. You know, like if I have some friends who I don't think have ever eaten homemade Italian food and they'll recommend Italian restaurants to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know if I totally am going to get on board with your recommendation. But then check this out: 57% of consumers will only use a business if it's got 4 or more stars. Personally, I'm like a 4.3 kind of guy, okay? Most times I like to see at least 4.3 average star rating. Maybe it's subconscious. I'm sure some of you have like that number in your head as well, and you know what I'm talking about. But this is a really important metric. And these consumer numbers, they actually translate to some impressive numbers on the business side of things. Look at this. According to a Harvard study, a 1-star increase in a business's Yelp rating can lead to a 9% increase in revenue. Meanwhile, a 1-star decrease in your overall Yelp rating could lead to a 5% loss in revenue. Holy cow. These numbers should knock you on your butt. This is proof that online customer reviews have a direct impact in a business's bottom line. To help me illustrate this point, take a look at these search results for a carpet cleaning company in the local area by our office. Tell me, which of these businesses would you choose? You see 3 on your screen right now. Which one are you choosing? This is an easy one. The one on top, right? It's got 32 reviews. Average star rating is 5.0. That blows away the competition here. Even though the next one on the list does have an average star rating of 5.0, It's only got one measly review, probably from his mother or his uncle or his aunt or something, okay? Of course, the bottom one, no reviews, so this one's a clear choice. Let's look at another example. This is a Google search for garage door repair. In this case, you'd probably choose which one? The third one on the list. This one's got, again, average 5-star rating and the most number of reviews compared to the other ones. So you're not necessarily gonna, in this case, Google's not doing the work for you of putting what your consumer preference might be on top. It's up to the consumer to sift through these numbers. Now, let's look at this search for electrician. This is kind of a trick question here. One is rated 2.3 stars. The others don't have any ratings. I don't know about you, but if I need to call an electrician in this area, I think I'm just going to keep scrolling. I'm not going to call any of them. So actually, instead of choosing one, I'm just going to click on the View All button to see what my other options are. Now, I'm doing this exercise with you so we could all be on the same page about how a consumer or shopper judges businesses based on their reviews. Understanding this allows you to help these businesses gain an edge on their competition to become the go-to dominating choice. And it all boils down to 5 key factors. Let's go over them. So these 5 things are what truly matter to consumers when it comes to online reviews. The first one we already went over just now, which is the total number of reviews, or lack thereof, as we saw. The general rule of thumb here is that the more they have, the better. Of course, that's weighted heavily by the second factor, which we also just discussed, and that's the average star rating. So if the first key factor is quantity, this one is quality, and they both are super important, but it doesn't stop here. If you dig a little deeper and you click on some of these reviews, which a lot of people do, you're going to assess how old they are or the age of the reviews. Look, if they're all from over a year ago, people might question if the business is even still operating. But if they're also from last week, that might look a little shady. So having lots of good reviews, evenly spread out over time, is the ideal scenario. Next up on the list, number 4, is how a business responds to reviews. So many business owners make the mistake of failing to acknowledge reviews, or even worse, publicly arguing with reviewers. I've seen that way too many times. There's a right way and a wrong way to respond to both positive and negative reviews. There's a methodology behind it, which is something that we actually have a resource on. So you can give it to your clients so they know how to respond to reviews effectively. On to the 5th key factor, which is the overall sentiment of the reviews. What are they generally referring to, these people? Is it the atmosphere, the service, the reliability, the timing? Is there a common thread between them? Consumers who read the reviews will take this into consideration when making their decision. Context can be very important. So these are all the factors. I'm sure this isn't news to you. You've all probably looked at and analyzed business reviews before, but these first 2, total number of reviews, average star rating, these are the simplest and most straightforward to quantify. And lots of shoppers base their decisions on just these 2 factors, or at least weigh these heavier than the others. So the main problem for businesses is not enough reviews, or too low of an average rating, or both. Based on that fact, how do you help small businesses? Well, you have to be able to address what we call the 3 pillars of reputation management. I'm going to go over that with you right now. Number 1, review monitoring. This lets you easily track all of your clients' online reviews at the source from the top review sites, including Google, Facebook, and Yelp. Review monitoring. The second pillar, limiting or preventing negative reviews in the first place. Prevent negative reviews from going public by allowing upset customers to share their concerns privately and directly with the business owner, not out in the public forum. The third pillar is increasing positive reviews, helping your clients get more 5-star reviews by requesting positive reviews from happy customers. To show you how these three pillars come together to provide a service your clients are willing to pay for, I'm going to switch my screen to show you inside the platform and do a live demo with you. So this right here is what we call the reputation management report. This is that monitoring element that we spoke about. So this is something that you can deliver automatically to your client every morning, every week, every month, your choice. And they're going to get this in their inbox and they can click over to this. And I'm going to break this down for you so you understand what's going on here. This right here is the average star rating across all of their reviews online. This is the total number of reviews they have about their business online. This number is going to shock a lot of businesses when you show this to them. This is going to be the reviews broken down by star rating. So you can see how many reviews are 5 stars, 4 stars, so on and so forth. And then you can see the source for the reviews, which is the most popular in terms of the number of reviews that are coming through on the different sources. And then down here is every single review that this company has ever gotten online. Each individual review, you can see the date, where it was posted, the number of stars, exactly what was written, who said it. You can click to view it and look at this. You can click to share it. Wouldn't make sense to do on a 2-star review, but let's find a 5-star review. You can actually do this. You can click share, and then you can copy and paste this, tweet it out, put it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Copy paste this, and this is a real review that people can reference. You include the date here and everything. Super powerful way to promote the positive reviews that a business gets. So this reputation management report, which can be printed as well, not only serves the monitoring element of reputation management as a service, but it's also how you can sell it. You can generate a free report like this using SiteSwan for any business. So you can actually take this report and pitch a small business owner on the services with real data. This alone, 99% of the time, is all you need to sell this service, because this alone is what they can really appreciate, right? Oftentimes, business owners, they're the last ones to know about what's being said about them online. You know, you might have customers who are like, wow, I didn't realize how many reviews I had, or holy cow, I have no reviews online. Either of those scenarios is very beneficial. Businesses need to know what's being said about them. So this is again covering the first pillar. Let's talk about the other two pillars, and that's reducing the amount of negative reviews that go live and increasing the number of positive reviews that go online. So if your client signs up for reputation management, what you can do is you can install a little snippet of code on their site, preferably on a page called Leave a Review, where you can now let visitors to this site leave a review. Let's go through this together. So let's pretend for a moment that this was a very good experience. I'm going to click 5 stars, and I'm going to say the food was fantastic, service was great, and I can't wait to come back. And I said this, and I don't even need to put an email in, and I'm going to click submit. So now, oh, let's do a CAPTCHA together. Motorcycle, 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 motorcycle. I usually get these right, but sometimes I don't. Oh, wow. You know what? I have been, did I really get that one wrong? Come on. All right. Bus, and now they're going to refresh again. I guess we were testing this a little bit too much before today's webinar because it thinks that we're trying to do something that we're not. All right, did I get all the buses? Oh my goodness. Come on. Is that a fire hydrant? Yeah, I guess so. Didn't look like one in the US. That's a tree, and that's a tree. All right, please, can we go now? Thank you. All right. So look what happens. You are now prompted as the consumer who got a 5-star review. You're being thanked for the 5-star review. This is what you said. You can actually one click copy what you just wrote. And now you can go into Google, Facebook, and or Yelp and paste in these reviews. Now, by giving the user a choice, it's nice, right? Because like I know I'm always logged into Facebook, but I know depending on the device I'm in, I may not be logged into Google. So it may be super convenient for me to go into Facebook right now and maybe not so convenient for Google or vice versa. But the user has the option to do whatever makes them happy, and it increases the likelihood that they're going to leave a positive review with you. So they choose the source, paste it in, go, go, go. But so this is what's going to help you increase your clients' 4 and 5-star reviews. But let's just say the experience was not so good. All right, the food was cold, service was slow, and I am never going to come back. All right, now let's submit this. Oh, please tell me to do another reCAPTCHA. Of course we are. Cars this time. This is a truck. Does it count as a car? That's the question. I'm going to say yes. They should have wrote vehicles instead of cars. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, we only did it one time that time. So now look at the difference. This is a 2-star review. What are we doing now? Now we're thanking the consumer for their rating. And this here says, we want to let you know we strive for 100% satisfaction. Clearly, we fell short. We would like to know more so we can address your concerns and make things right. Please take a moment to provide any additional feedback. Give us the opportunity to earn back your trust. So now they can offer feedback that goes a little bit above and beyond what they just posted as their review. Again, the name, now the email is required because we do want to make sure we can have a line of communication open and an optional phone number. So this is what's going to make the consumer feel like they're being heard. It's going to make the business owner have an opportunity to correct the wrong. And it could potentially turn this 2-star reviewer into a 5-star reviewer if the business owner is able to address their concerns. This is very, very powerful. Note that we're not screaming at them to post this on Facebook, Google, and Yelp anymore, right? We're encouraging them to get their issue resolved, which, let's face it, that's what they want. So going back to the 3 pillars, we looked at monitoring, we looked at getting more positive reviews, we looked at minimizing negative reviews. That is how the system works and the service that you can sell. Now, back to where we were. Now that you understand what you're actually offering your clients, this 2-part service, monitoring, getting more reviews, you know how you can sell it by generating that free report. Let's look at how you actually make money doing this. So SiteSwan's reputation management feature was built so you could deliver a great service at great margins with scalability in mind. Because one of the biggest benefits of offering reputation management is that it provides an additional source of recurring revenue and it's extremely profitable. The suggested retail price for SiteSwan's reputation management 2-part service, which includes daily reporting plus review request form, is anywhere from $99 a month to $199 a month per client. Of course, you can set your own prices, charge whatever you'd like. Some factors that might influence your pricing model might include like the market you're in, what your competitors are charging, how many reviews a business has, because businesses with hundreds of reviews will find the service very valuable in helping them keep track of their latest reviews, while businesses without a lot of reviews will find the review request form perhaps more valuable initially, as it can help them get more positive reviews. And when we're talking about $99 to $199 per month, think of the impact that that could have on their business. If we could prevent one bad review from going live, how much is that worth to your client? And if they can increase their average star rating by 0.5 star or 1 star, as we saw earlier with that Harvard study, how much is that worth to them? But no matter who you offer the service to, regardless of the factors that might affect how much you charge your clients, your costs remain the same. and it's $14.99 per month. Now, I promise you big margins. That's exactly what this is. Our suggested retail price puts you in a place to profit between $1,000 and $2,200 per year. Again, that's per client. Sell this to just 50 clients, and that's over $110,000 per year. Now, that is a nice chunk of change. And 50, by the way, is a very attainable number because selling the service is not hard. And there's 3 different ways to sell this. I want to go over them with you. The first one, which I kind of hinted at in the beginning, is to upsell it to your existing clients. Now, at first, you might say, whoa, Justin, that's a big upsell. I'm only charging $50 a month for their website. Now you expect me to sell them something for double the price as an add-on service? Yes. And I'll tell you why this isn't a strange proposition, because of something called the value ladder. You're getting the client in the door, building their trust with an affordable website. And since they like you and the experience they've had with you, they're actually eager to do more work with you. And spending more means they'll get more value from you. Do not be shy about this. The next way to go about selling reputation management is to sell it as a standalone service. Look, reputation management is a service that's got tremendous value and can stand up all by itself. So if you feel you've got a really good prospect, but they've already got a good website they're happy with, now you have something you can still sell to them. While it might be nice to sell to your existing client base, it's not a requirement by any means. Now, let's talk about the third way you can sell reputation management, and that's by bundling it into a package. A couple of examples to explain what I mean. Option A, at the onset of your pitch, introduce them to a package that will save them money in perpetuity. Like this, where you have a website at $99 plus reputation management at $99, but when they're sold together, save some money. They only pay $149 a month. Option 2 is to offer your client a free website when they sign up for reputation management, which you might charge $149 a month for, or even $199 a month. Why not? Why are we going cheap here? I'm going to take this a step further. I want to show you how you can land your first client today. Go on Facebook, post a status update that says this: I'm testing a new service that helps local businesses uncover online reviews they didn't even know they had, both good and bad. I'm looking to find a business that would let me beta test with them, and it's totally free. Comment here if you want in, or tag someone you think might be interested. I'll set it up. So snap a picture of this, post it right now, or I think we have an article on this on our SiteSwan blog, and I think you can copy and paste from there. So check that out. Do this definitely today. So now that you know everything there is to know about reputation management, I'm going to throw some bonus tips at you. First, if you're going to go the method of upselling, the best time to upsell is in the beginning of the honeymoon period of your business client relationship. So like 2 to 8 weeks after the launch of the website. Clients are newly in love with your website you built for them and excited about all the money they can save compared to hiring an agency. So you've got their trust. Second, reputation management can benefit any business across any industry. But you may want to target industries that generate a lot of reviews, like your restaurants, beauty salons, home services like plumbers, roofers, contractors. It's arguable that the more reviews a business currently has and their competitors have, the easier it is for them to understand the value initially. So keep that in the back of your mind. Next, utilize the professional marketing material in the resources section of your dashboard, along with a personalized sample report to help you sell it. We have everything there for you to start selling this right away. Finally, I need to point out that you can sell this service to any business, not just those who you've built a website for. So to recap, reputation management is a booming industry and a very lucrative service to offer to small businesses. More and more businesses' online reviews influence consumer decisions, So business owners have to stay on top of what's being said about them and address all positive and negative reviews with professionalism. With SiteSwan's integrated reputation management feature, you can help your clients monitor their online reviews, discover what customers are saying about their business, and help them maintain a positive online reputation. It's also the perfect add-on to your web design services because it's simple to set up and maintain, integrates beautifully into their site, and you can even bill your clients for it directly from the SiteSwan dashboard. But of course, I recognize there are probably some questions I did not answer, and I hear the questions in my ear. I hear the bing, bing, bing. So I'm going to turn my focus to that. If you have not asked a question yet, look for the questions icon in the Livestorm interface. Post anything and everything that's on your mind. Keep in mind, whatever you type will only be visible to you, me, and my moderators. So don't feel shy about asking what you might think is a silly question. There are no silly questions. Well, there are, but I just won't read them. And remember, whoever asks a question that I answer will be automatically entered to win one of 5 coffee mugs that we're giving away today. Here it is again for those of you who came on late. It's awesome, I promise. It'll come securely packaged and ready to drink from after you wash it, I guess. So, questions. Let's do this. Holy cow, that's a lot. I'm going to go back to see where the questions started, and I'm going to try and read off some of the ones that I think most of you will benefit from the most. Most of you, yeah. Okay. Oh, Theo, he's like, I didn't catch the details. How do I win the mug? You just got into it. You just got entered into it because I just answered your question. You have to answer your question, which you just did. All right. Let's see. Myers like, I want a mug. He's asking about other review sites in addition to Facebook, Google, and Yelp. So good news, Meyer. While we only currently integrate with Google, Facebook, and Yelp, it counts for something like 95% of all online reviews. That's where the focus is. Those are the guys who are getting, dominating the search results when it comes to consumer reviews. That's where the focus needs to be for all small businesses. That's where it's got to be. Pam, hey Pam. Pam wants to know if we can share the sales deck. Really interesting, compelling stats. Yes. So not only will you get a video of this after, actually it's going to start automatically when we're done, but you're going to get an email with it as well. In the resources section of your dashboard, let me see if I can pull it up without screwing everything up. Let's see. So resources, look at this right here. Here are those stats that I just showed you. Reputation management sales sheet. It's right here. Download this, use it in your sales efforts. I know Pam she's got a ton of sales material that she walks around with. I got some on my desk still. Edit, print it out, laminate it, do it. All right. What's next? What else can I answer? Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get to the questions that are going to help everybody the most. Bear with me while I'm just quickly trying to scan them. All right. Dan is saying, can this be sold to someone who has another site, a non-SiteSwan site? And then if they choose to get a site built on SiteSwan from me, I can add it to their site afterward. Yes, absolutely. I'll tell you something that actually has been quite effective for a lot of people who are selling this to folks who have a site on a different platform. They'll send them the code for the leave a review request form, and they say, my web designer's not getting back to me about getting this added to my site. And then the reseller will say, oh, that's unfortunate. All my website clients I get back to right away. I had an idea for a new website for your business. I actually was starting to work on something, and you show them a demo and you get them converted to a website sale. So yes, you can absolutely do that. So Joanna is saying if a customer does the review, fills it out, but doesn't go to Yelp or Facebook or Google to post it publicly, does the client still see that review? Yes, 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 yes. Even if they go through the process of leaving a 5-star review or whatever, any review, but they don't post it publicly, the review, all the information from it still gets emailed to the business owner so they can see what's happening. Alfred just wants confirmation. Can SiteSwan resellers actually sell just reputation management without a client having to become a SiteSwan website client? Absolutely. To show you really quick, again, I'm going to venture off and change my screen. Nope, that didn't do it. Here we go. So just to show you, when you set up one of your clients on reputation management, what's going to happen is it's done from the site details page. And then down here's the code, okay? Here's the code you're going to copy and paste, give to the client so they can pass it on to their web developer so they can insert this onto any page of their site. Very simple to do. Copy paste it. If it's you doing it, you're just going to go into your site, use the HTML post type feature, and then you're going to paste it in. So I'll just quickly show you what I mean by that. So you're on the site, you use the option for HTML post type, paste it in here, and now the review request form gets added into the site. Let's see. Dan is saying, how can you help a business who may have bad reviews already? That's a great question because that's a big struggle for a lot of businesses. If you have a ton of bad reviews, what do you do? The only thing you can actually do is to bury them with positive reviews. Get a lot more positive reviews, and then the negative reviews will play a much smaller impact on the average star rating. And also the more positive reviews, obviously, will paint a better picture, especially if they're more current than the negative ones. So this is super important for someone who has a lot of bad reviews or any number of bad reviews. They can still make sure they're monitoring it and responding to all those bad reviews. And then, of course, be able to get more new reviews. By the way, when it comes to responding to negative reviews or any reviews for that matter, again, in the resources section of the dashboard, we have this here, the review response coach. We give you a bunch of different templates that you can pass on to your client so they can effectively compose professionally written responses to every single negative and positive review. There is a formula for it. There is a logic and a science to it. So follow our lead, please. Let's see. My screen is jumping around right now. Hold on a second. All right, people are asking if you didn't build a website. I think I answered that already. How about if I want to sell reputation management to a non-client? We answered that. John asked about the script for asking for reviews. I just showed that. Okay, so Juliet is saying, how do we send a link to customers so they can leave a review? So in other words, my restaurant client wants to know, what are they going to send to someone who wants to leave a review? And you're actually going to recommend sending a direct link to the page on their site that is housing the leave or request a review form. So oftentimes it'll be called leave a review, a page like that. This is the URL you would pass along. And then Juliet's asking, how do we automate a weekly stats email to customers about all of the reviews they've gotten? So Juliet, what's really cool about this, and I'll go back to it if I can, is right from here, you can set up email notifications for your client. You're going to put their email address in, and you can choose, is this going to be daily, weekly, or monthly? And you can also choose to only send it if new reviews have been added since the last time it's been sent. This happens automatically. It happens in a white label way. So it's not going to say like SiteSwan reputation management. No, it's going to be all white label, automatic. You don't have to actually do anything. Alan is asking, ah, can I combine this with Ideal Directories? So for those of you who don't know, Ideal Directories is our sister company, lets you build a community website for your town or city. If you have not checked that out, not familiar with it, please do. It could very well help you offer an additional service to your clients as well, and you can kind of stack them all up. It does, I think, blend very nicely with that, because the more exposure you can give your clients, whether it's in the form of reputation management, a listing on a site that you create, super, super important, and you're going to climb that value ladder with them. Juliet, thank you very much for the kind words. Octavia is saying, how often do we run the reports of reputation management? As you just saw, you can select the frequency. Automatically, our system is going to generate fresh data every single morning. It's up to you whether you actually want to send it out every morning or on a less frequent basis. John is saying, sorry if you already asked this, I lost my connection. What happens to the reviews submitted on the form? Do they end up on Google if it's a good review? So it was a little bit of a two-step process. So once the initial form is submitted, so if it's a 5-star review, you fill out everything, this information will instantly get sent to the business owner. And then after, you can the user can copy what they wrote and instantly go to Facebook, Google, Yelp, and paste it in and post it publicly. Dean is asking what the procedure is like for a standalone. How do we sign them up? So what you're going to do, if you have a client who you feel can benefit from this, but they're not a website client, what you actually have to do is from your dashboard, you're going to create a site for them, even though you're not using the site for them. But you might end up using it for them once you've sold them a site, or I've even seen people build a one-page site that basically houses that leave a review form. In the event that their current web developer can't figure out how to implement it, or they don't get back to them, or you just want to do them a solid and give them a special link just for this review request form. So you would have to first create the site for them, and then you can set up the free reputation management report that will allow you to effectively sell it. All right, I'm going to take like 3 more and then cut you all loose. Oh my gosh, there are so many questions. I'm sorry. A lot of them are kind of very similar, so I'm skipping over some that are the same. Alan says, oh, regarding the Ideal Directories thing, I just launched my Ideal Directories website, but I would like to integrate SiteSwan and maximize my platform. I love it. Yeah, do it all. Do it all. Businesses need your help, and if they trust you and they like you, what you've done with them so far, there's no reason why you can't explore other options to help grow your bottom line and theirs. All right, maybe I'll just take one more before we wrap up here. All right, Pam, I will absolutely answer this for you. If you manage client reviews, is there an option for 2 emails that can receive the reviews? Yes, 100%. So right over here, all you got to do, throw a comma in there. And I'm assuming maybe you want to be notified about these reports as well every day, week, or month. So that's how you do it. Pop your email address in there, and you're going to get notified the same exact time that your client does. Sherry's asking about our sister company. I see one of my moderators is answering that question. I'll just put it up here for you, idealdirectories.com. If it interests you at all, please, by all means, we'd love to have you. And should I do one last question? One last question. Let's see. Oh, Matthew, is it possible to set a QR code for reviews? Yeah, you know what? I've seen people do this, and there's a really cool. I think we had talked about doing a resource document for this at one point, but there's lots of ways you can create a QR code, and on our support site, we have an article on how to create a QR code, so you can check that out. And what you can do is print that on a piece of paper with their logo on it, laminate it or whatever, and then give that to your client so that every time they complete a job, for example, I'm thinking of a house cleaning company, someone I know. And what he'll do is every time he cleans a house for the first time for someone, he'll say, "Hey, did you feel like this went the way you thought it would? Were you happy with what I've done for you?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, it was great having you. This is wonderful." And he says, "Oh, wait, would you mind? Take a quick minute. Just scan this with your phone, and if you could just leave me a positive review, assuming you feel comfortable leaving me a positive review, I would greatly appreciate that. It means a lot to my business and it really helps us thrive." So cool. It's a really great way for a business owner to be super proactive with getting more positive reviews for their business. So I love that idea. Very good question, Matthew. And it's something that any business can very easily do. And if you want to help them with it, you might be able to charge a couple extra bucks for designing that, document for them, printing it out, laminating it, and getting it going. All right. So with that, by the way, anyone who is not yet an active SiteSwan reseller, if you're looking to sign up, you can head over to joinsiteswan.com to get started. Uh, I thank you for being here, even though you're not an active client. We obviously had a bunch of you folks who are active resellers today, and it's great to see you. I want to thank everybody for being here today. It means a lot to us. I really appreciate your time, attentiveness, awesome questions. For those of you who are active resellers, um, a very special thank you to you. Please start selling this, start making money with this. There is such a big opportunity, and you don't have to spend a dime to get your sales in the door. You're not going to spend any money with us until you've successfully closed the deal with your clients because of that free report that you can generate that really seals the deal. All right. Have a great day, rest of the week, rest of the month, whatever's left of it, and cue the replay. Thanks, everybody.